Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. Now today we are going to continue with our preparations for Dallas, which I'm really looking forward to. Finally the tournaments are going to be starting again, the big tournaments at least, because I haven't been to a League Cup. And yeah, today we are going to be exploring 4 different decks. Hopefully we have time for all 4 decks. So the first one is Gardevoir, Gardevoir-GX in Expanded. I like the card because it cannot be 1-KO'd by any sort of Zoroark deck, and therefore you do not need Sudowoodo, or presumably you don't. Maybe we will find out that we do need it in order to protect Gallade. However, I really like Gardevoir because of its dark type resistance. It has access to Gallade and it has access to Teammates. So Gardevoir-GX 230 HP, ability Secret Spring. Once during your turn before you attack, you may attach a Fairy Energy card from your hand to one of your Pokémon. Infinite Force does 30 damage times the energy Gardevoir and the opposing Pokemon have, and Twilight GX allows you to shuffle 10 cards from your discard pile into your deck. So that's the main attacker. Then we have Gallade with Premonition, 150 HP, and you get to look at the top 5 cards from your deck and order them in any way you like. Sensitive Blade deals 60 damage, and then if you play a supporter, it deals 70 more damage. We have the 4-2-3-1 line. We have the 1-1 Octillery line with Abyssal Hand in order to support us. We have the 3 Tapu Lele and the 1 Alolan Vulpix to use Beacon and search for different Pokemon. And then for support we have number 1 Comfey, 70 HP, ability Flower Shield, where every Pokemon that has a Fairy Energy attached is not affected by special conditions. And then we have Oricorio as a way to try and counter Night March with Supernatural Dance. And then finally we have the Giratina promo with the ability Devour Light, which is a direct counter to Greninja and Trevenant Break, which is seeing a lot of play lately, because the ability Devour Light makes it so that each Pokemon break has no abilities. Now that's for Pokemon. For supporters we have 3 Sycamore, 2 N, 2 Guzma, 2 Brigette for consistency. Then we have the 1 Colress and the 1 Teammates. Teammates, when one of your Pokemon was knocked out during the last turn, you can use it to search for 2 cards specifically, so this allows you to have a lot of comeback potential against aggressive decks. 1 Acerola as well to try and heal. And then we have 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Rare Candy, 3 versus Seeker. Computer Search is our ace spec of choice, and then finally we have 2 Choice Bands, 1 Stretcher and 1 Field Blower. And then finally for energy we have 4 DCs and 9 basic Fairy Energy. So I like the high supporter count, I like the high HP, and I like the high basic energy count as a way to counter the current expanded metagame. So let's jump onto a ladder and see how well we can do with our expanded Gardevoir. And here are the 4 decks that I plan on showcasing today. It's Gardevoir, Golisopod Garbodor, Ho-Oh, and Zoroark Golisopod. Well, Ho meaning fire deck, yeah. And finally, on the chat, Dominism, hello, thanks so much for being here. Poke Electors, I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? So Dominism, I will be looking at Zoroark Golisopod in Expanded. It is getting a lot of hype lately, and we have a pretty okay hand. Actually, we have a pretty okay hand going second too. We have 2 really good supporters, so yeah, I'm liking this hand. Attila Boy, hello, thanks so much for being here. And Sam and Elisand Ortega, I do stream in Spanish. It's one day in English, one day in Spanish. So because today is in English, tomorrow will be in Spanish, and that way everyone's happy. When you're done with the 3 stars on versus, do you go back to first? No, you're just done for the ladder, and then you have to wait until it gets reset. Hello Field Blower GRI, thank you so much for being here. And Shirt 156, is there a deck you're leaning towards playing at Dallas? My top 3 choices right now are probably Trevenant, Gallade Zork, and Night March. Although I feel like there's gonna be a lot of Night March hate, so perhaps Gardevoir could also be fit into that. Super Danny, you were just watching my Greninja vid. Yeah, that list was definitely not the best. I didn't even put an ace pick, that was my bad. But it was based on a Japanese list. That's why I went for it. Okay, so my opponent has 2 cards. What are the odds that the 2 cards are N? Or like Guzma BUS. So we have Octillery, we have all our Pokemon, we have access to all our Pokemon. None of them are priced, so what is priced? 1 Rare Candy, which is not too bad. 1 Ultra Ball, also not too bad. We have 1 Guzma, is priced. And then we have 1 DCE, 1 Fairy, and the Stretcher, I believe. No, not the Stretcher. Something else is priced that I can't figure out quickly, but I'll just go for these cards. And then we can attach, we shall retreat, and we shall beacon. I will beacon for, I believe, 2 Kirlia. No, just 1 Kirlia and Octillery. I generally don't think my opponent will have a way to target down my Remoraid this turn. So going for Octillery feels okay here. Field BUS, you won your first League Cup yesterday. Congratulations, that's really, really cool. And J-Dog, yeah, I saw that Azul destroyed people with Sauropod. He went something like, oh, he did have it, wow. He went something crazy like 28 wins, 2 losses, right? So yeah, that must be why. And Thunderstock, hello, thanks so much for being here. Attila Boy, can you test Buzzle Gardevoir? I already have a video of Buzzle Gardevoir that I tested a few days ago. If you want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel. Okay, so there's a retreat. And see, this is the beauty of Gardevoir. I'm just going to be able to respond to this knockout by going for teammates with Tapu Lele, which is really, really nice. Is Octillery really better than Oranguru with such a fast expanded format? It seems Slug it's asking for too much. See, the thing is, win-win no matter what. Oranguru only netting you 3 cards. Like, Gardevoir is not a deck which can explode into like discarding everything and then drawing 3. So, and there's also a lot of focus put onto Gardevoir or Gallade, where Octillery is not always targeted or actively targeted. That's why I prefer Octillery here. It does save you 1 space, but I don't think the utility that Octillery gives you is worth just not having that 1 space here. But I may be wrong. It helped you to modify your own Greninja list. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad it was useful to you. That's what the videos are there for. Even if it's to show how not to play a deck. I could have gotten Guardy then grabbed Rare Candy next turn with Computer Search. Yes, that's true, but my hand wasn't really that great to discard too many cards. I didn't want to get rid of all those energy, so that's why I didn't go for that. Field BUS. And hello Alan, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. And okay, so what do we want here? We want Lele. So my discards are Guardy and Sycamore? No, I think I'm gonna end up discarding Computer Search here. So I need Lele to find Rare Candy and DCE. Lele for teammates for Rare Candy and DCE to knock out the Zoroark. I shouldn't bench the Ralts, but I also don't want to discard it, but maybe discarding the Ralts is the correct way to go here. Pokemon Evolutionaries, thanks so much for the host. Okay, I definitely want to play the Ultra Ball. If I discard everything, I could set up Octillery too, but I don't think that's worth it. So I'm gonna discard Guardy, and I'm gonna discard the Computer Search. I want to keep Sycamore in my hand, that's the thing. Well, if I'm not gonna bench anything, might as well discard the Ralts then. Ralts and Computer Search. Not a huge fan of doing this, but I feel like this is how I should go about it. My opponent did play Sudowoodo, so unless he uses Guzma, I wouldn't even have space to play the Ralts, and that way I have the guaranteed Gardevoir follow-up. Why not Computer Search for Teammates? I mean, getting the Lele out is thinning out the deck just a little bit. Sure, I could have just done that. Sure, could have just done that and benched the Ralts. It's one less card, and yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys are right. Should have just gone for Computer Search for Lele. You guys are right. Would have saved me. And Azul, thanks so much for the host as well. You guys are right. I should have just gone for that. Okay, so out of all of these, which one could I possibly want? If Gallade is going down, then the card I would like to draw is probably the Kirlia to immediately evolve. I will be drawing a Rare Candy though, so maybe not Kirlia. Well, I guess Kirlia is a card that I can discard. Yeah, I like the Kirlia. And then the rest don't matter because either I get End or I will use Sycamore to draw them. So yeah, I definitely should have played it the way you guys were saying. I should have just gone for a... Okay, there's a Fairy and there's a Guzma that we had priced. I don't know what the last card is. But yeah, should have just Computer Search for Teammates and then I would have had a space available. You guys are 100% right. With 3 bench Pokemon, unless my opponent plays a Professor Kukui, we should be good here. Gallade should survive this turn if Zoroark decides to attack, and if Gardevoir-GX decides to attack, we will be able to probably retaliate somehow. So there's a Verse Seeker for End, but my opponent now needs, off of the End to 5, he needs Skyfield and one more basic Pokemon, which I guess is not a stretch. Definitely not a stretch. You don't have to make a Twitter to view the list from Azul's account, I believe. You can just go to his Twitter. Okay, so my opponent chooses to Raichu's Beating here. My opponent just chooses to Raichu's Beating, and there's actually a small chance at me not getting a supporter to use this turn, so that could be a problem. I will grab Octillery, that gives me the best access to a supporter, to a potential supporter. I definitely don't want Guzma as my supporter. So let's Premonition. Okay, so there's Sycamore. Sycamore is good enough, right? My opponent didn't take a knockout. We also can't bridge it, so we do need Sycamore, and there we go. There we go. Easy-ish win. I presume this was Lone Zoroark. So pretty decent start to the stream. Definitely one of the decks that we're trying to target with Gardevoir, and we get the win, which is very, very nice. Now I would like to face off against Night March potentially. And yeah, guys, the more efficient way to go about it would have been to save the bench space and just Computer Search for Teammates. You guys are completely correct. Hello, Jake. Thank you so much for being here. Mr. Rubin, thank you so much for being here as well. And yeah, my opponent just aggressively going with the Gardevoir-GX without getting a knockout doesn't seem like the best play, but that's okay. And let's call the coin flip. Today I'll be playing Gallade as well. Gallade Gardevoir once again, because the video got ruined last time around because of lag. So Gardevoir, Gallade Gardevoir, and if we have time, Turtonator, Ho, Kiawe, Blacksmith, etc. Okay, so a few, or maybe just one mulligan by my opponent. Hello, Gutter Rider. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so wow, we are up against expanded Tapu Lele. Nice. Haven't needed our tech cards just yet, which are Comfey, Oricorio, and Giratina. Comfey is the one that I'm least sure of. I am going first, and I have a pretty amazing hand. So I don't even need to go for the Vulpix because I already have Rare Candy Gardevoir in my hand. And the odds of my opponent going for an N on turn 1 are pretty low, I would say. They should be low, at least. They should be low. So what tricks could my opponent have for Gardevoir-GX? He could have Clefairy, he could have Tapu Lele-GX, he could have... what else is there in expanded that could be a problem? Professor Kukui, of course. Ooh, we see a heavy ball for another Tapu Lele, so we might actually see an N. Are we really going to see an N here? No, we see a draw path. I mean, not a draw path, but a supporterless path here, which is really nice. What if Trev just does not break Evolve? That is an option, but that means the Trev has less HP. It's a little bit harder for them to attack. I'm not saying it's a great solution. I'm just saying it's a solution. Okay, hitting for 90 here seems good enough. Now, we don't know what's in my opponent's hand, but I also want to keep developing my field, so I will just end here. And okay, not the greatest hand after the end. I am 1 energy short. If my opponent had attached that energy, we would have had knockout. So I'll just attach an energy to the bench. I'll keep the TCG for now, and we will just infinite force for 90, and we should be good. And hello, Sir Penish, thanks so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of you watching. There are quite a few of you right now watching, so hopefully I'll be able to showcase a lot of high level play here. Okay, so we see an Ultra Volt for a Vikavolt. So immediately we are going to see the Vikavolt pressure here. We see a Lele, hopefully for an N. Hopefully for an N. And Limitless Nico, thank you so much for the host. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nico. Thank you so much. You've been my favorite Limitless player since you vouched for me for the London tournament, even though it's been my worst tournament this season. What you wrote was really kind. So you've been my favorite Limitless person since then. Vortex, thank you so much for being here. I wouldn't be streaming if it weren't for you guys being here. Thank you guys so much. Trev loses to Zorak like 80% of the time. Thank you, Nico. Thank you. Hopefully I'll do good for you in Dallas while you take on Leipzig, and then we'll take over Australia for sure. Okay, so my opponent is gonna try to go the spreading routes and then follow that up with a Bulu Choice Banded knockout. So all we could, I mean, we could Brigette again here for our 4th Ralts Keeping the Lele available. Seems okay to find a Guzma later on. I'm 1 energy short on the 1-hit KO on the Vikavolt. I lost my choice band, so I can't knock out this Bulu either. I don't see any reason why not to attach an energy here though. My opponent has shown that he's playing Fighting Fury Belts, and he chose to attach the Fighting Fury Belt to the Lele. So I'm just gonna end here. Try to develop my benched Ralts and friends. That's the plan. That's the plan, Limitless Nico, indeed. Okay, so we get a pretty awesome hand. We get a pretty good hand. I'm also tempted to just computer search away the Lele and the Oricorio for a Rare Candy onto Gallade, or for Octillery. That also works. That also works. I could also discard the Teammates, because my Gardevoir will definitely be surviving another turn at least. So Teammates doesn't seem as useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna grab Octillery. Grabbing Rare Candy is very tempting, but I feel like Octillery has a lot more use, and it becomes stronger as the game goes on. And so we will Abyssal Hand for 3 more cards. In those 3 we could draw the Rare Candy. We did not, but we could have. And so I'm gonna save the energy to Secret Spring. I'm just gonna take the knockout here. 2 prizes next turn. Sure, maybe my opponent spreads damage. If he spreads with an end, well, that will change our plan. But our plan next turn is probably to either target down Vikavolt or just target down the Tapu Lele preemptively. So we are pretty good here. How hyped are you expecting Trev to be for Dallas? I don't know. I generally don't know. There's gonna be 1,000 players for Dallas apparently, so I doubt it'll be more than 10% of the field for sure. Okay. So, do you plan on playing Sableye Gardevoir anytime soon? Being incredibly annoying is my favorite way to play. Yeah, I actually asked Jimmy Pendarvis for his list, and it was in the plan for today, except because the Gardevoir Golisopod list got, or viewer got ruined, the video got ruined because of lag. I decided to redo. Ooh, he has hammers. Wow. I decided to redo the video, but if I stream on Wednesday, which it's actually not looking too great, but either Wednesday or Thursday, I will. It's one of my decks to be featured for sure. Okay, so now what do we do here? We have the choice band, we have the DCE, we have Lele for Guzma to knock down the Tapu Lele, which is the only threat here. In order for my opponent to have a response to that, he would need his 4th Tapu Lele-GX, another choice band, and a grass energy from hand. So that's what we are going to do. That's the play moving forward. We will Guzma first, and then we will evolve. But yeah, we're in a pretty good spot here. We're waiting to evolve, and there's a victory. Yeah, we were going to knock out the Bulu, then my opponent had no way to deal with this huge Gardevoir at this point. And yeah, pretty good going for the Octillery. I feel like that was a good decision rather than going for a Rare Candy into Gallade. So let's play one more game of Gardevoir, and then we will move on to the other deck. Yeah, I've seen that Limitless Nico has been using a lot of Greninja, which is surprising. Turbanage, we were asking Azul a few days ago, and if you were to play Guardian Expanded for some reason, isn't Diancie a better meta call for Trev compared to Giratina? Yeah, Diancie is also a pretty decent call for as a counter to Trev, I guess. Definitely viable. And I don't know why the newest sub thing is not appearing anymore. Maybe someone tried to sub and it's not showing. Diancie heals 20, I believe, not 30. Ooh, the Giratina start. Yeah, if that was Diancie, would be a lot better. The Giratina promo dreaded starts. Okay. Why are West Coast regionals like maxing out at 400 and East Coast Central regionals reaching past 1,000? Not fair. Well, it's not about fairness, it's just simply a matter of geography and availability. Just streaming. Hello, house testing, 6 AM here in Australia, so always miss your stream. So sorry, just stream. I apologize for the hour, but it's impossible to accommodate the whole world, I guess. But thank you so much for stopping by, and I will definitely see you in Sydney. I will definitely see you. Oh, did we really start Giratina and hit? Oh no, okay. I thought we hit Greninja. I genuinely thought we hit Greninja when we started with Giratina. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. I believe we had a small lag spike, perhaps. And okay, so I don't need Choice Band and I can afford to get rid of the Sycamore here. Every other card here seems good. The Vulpix is priced. Okay, let's figure out our price cards. The Remoraid and Vulpix are priced. One Ralts is priced. No, not one for Seeker. So one Ralts, one Vulpix, one Remoraid, two energy, and the stretcher. Yeah, and the stretcher. Those are our 6 prizes. So yeah, I could go for the knockout on the Magikarp. I could go for the Brigette. The pressure on Magikarp seems good because of the double DCs we have, and then I mean it's very aggressive though. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's probably going to be very easy for my opponent to recover from this. So let's pressure, because the deck is built to have Magikarps in the discard pile, right? So still gonna pressure. We have a Sycamore in the discard pile. We also have another versus Seeker. Ooh, and we free up the Ralts, which is a very good price to free up. What are your thoughts on Michael Long being permabanned? I mean, he cheated, so I mean, as long as he's banned, I'm happy. As long as he's banned, that works for me. Pablo, are you considering decks for Ultra Prism St. Louis? I saw you showcased a few cards on a 6 prizes article. Yep, that was me. I haven't given it too much thought. I just assume Quad Glacian GX is going to be really good. But because I've been preparing for Dallas and because I also need to prepare for Sydney, I haven't been able to give it too much thought. But generally, either Metagross or Magnezone with the Dustman Necrozma feels incredibly strong. Okay, so we top deck another Sycamore. My opponent literally got nothing. Placing the Ralts and the 2 damage counters is going to hurt us a little bit, but there's not much we can do about that. And the question is, do I aggressively Sycamore here? Do I aggressively Sycamore? Do I aggressively Sycamore? Yes, I would lose the DCE. I feel like it's worth it. I do feel like it's worth it. I could have attached the DC instead of the fairy as well, but yeah, I get like I get options like Rare Candy into Gardevoir and stuff. So do I want to do that though? Probably holding on to this for now. I'll just do 40 and then we can potentially win next turn. I could have attached DCE over fairy, yes. Probably after I did it, I realized that was probably better. I mean, Enhanced Hammer seems to be in fashion, so Apparently that's it for my opponent. We don't have an energy yet. We actually don't have an energy yet to win. We do not have a energy. We just need one energy, right? So no Sycamore were prized, so I can do this, and then I can Lele for Sycamore, and then hopefully off of the Sycamore we just get an energy, and that will be all. So the Giratina start doesn't end up hurting us too much. The knockout on the Magikarp, maybe that was relevant, maybe not. It was definitely a lot more relevant that my opponent dead drew so badly. But hey, we take the wins, right? We take the win. So there we go. Another knockout. Okay. So one more game of Gardy, or do we want to go on to the next deck? It's 1:10 p.m. Yeah, I feel like we can do one more game of Gardy to try and showcase the deck just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Do you think the new Moon Necrozma with standing ability will see much play? Yeah, I mean the ability is nice, and it's with a Floodstone, like it could see some play in standard, and then in expanded. Any decks that don't want a grass weakness with Keldeo could run that, although it is weak to Zoroark, so I think, well, yeah, actually being weak to Zoroark is terrible, so that will probably always hold it back. Okay, so we're going second. We have an okay hand. We're gonna end up filling up our bench pretty big, but with a double Lele, but depends on what we're up against. It could be relevant or not. Pablo, you were like the first person to ever do well with Ninja, right? Probably not. I mean, I used Greninja at, like, after it was released at states and regionals and stuff, but I won the national championship with Greninja, but I really doubt I was the first person to ever do well. Maybe I was the first person to win a big event such as the nationals. Maybe, but I generally do not know the answer to that question. Special conditions aren't that popular. Yeah, that's a reason why not to run Comfey. Okay, so we are up against Zoroark, Lycanroc. Probably. Okay, and Alolan Mach as well. So trying to deny the Lele's, and decides to attach to the Rockruff. Interesting. So he's gonna immediately pressure my my Ralts, presumably. Now if he sets up the Mach in this upcoming turn, we would be in trouble because we wouldn't be able to grab teammates. So I might preemptively grab teammates with a Lele. Like, I'll bridge it here for what? I mean, I already have the 2 evolutions. The thing is, if I preemptively bridge it, that would be really bad if he doesn't take a knockout. Well, would it? Would it be so terrible? I mean, I assume he goes... if he goes after the Remoraid, that's even better for us. And if he goes after a Ralts. So, do I or do I not preemptively go after the teammates? That's the question. That is the question. That is a question. I feel like I should. Do I even attach energy? I really don't know, guys. I'm not gonna preemptively go for the teammates. I mean, he has 3 cards in hand. What are the odds that they are Lycanroc, Energy, and Muck? Obviously, he has a supporter there, so he could whiff any of the others. No attach. Yeah, maybe not attaching was better. There's the Energy. Yeah, I guess no attach. I mean, attach. Oh, versus Seeker for. Oh, versus Seeker for N. Okay, so there's a chance he whiffs here. And if we had played the Lele preemptively, we would have lost the teammates anyways, and we would have filled up our bench. So now we have Computer Search, which is awesome. Now we have Computer Search, which means my opponent gets a knockout here. Sure, we lose our Ralts and a Fairy, that's fine. We also made our deck 1 card thinner by playing the Fairy, which is not too bad. So yeah, this is not awful, I guess, because by not benching anything else, yeah, Computer Search for teammates, and then by not benching anything else, we guarantee that the Gardevoir survives even if he uses a GX attack, which is great. And then all we need is to commit 1 energy to our Ralts, which is good enough. But in hindsight, because the Octillery is prized, I probably should have just gone for a 4th Ralts. That would have been a lot more solid. That was my mistake. Okay, so there's a knockout. So obviously we promote Ralts. We top deck an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is interesting. Could be the card I end up discarding for Computer Search. Probably rather discard N. I mean, maybe we want to end next turn. Definitely Field Blower. Choice Band is not going to change the matchup here, and well, maybe Sycamore. Maybe Sycamore. Getting rid of Sycamore is better. I can't knock out. I would need Rare Candy, Gardevoir, DC, Fairy, and Choice Band. That's 5 cards, and I can only search for 4 of those. So I'll always be missing 1. I will always be missing 1, yeah. So it's gonna be a 2-hit KO no matter what. The question is, what else do I discard? Sycamore, and what do I expect him to do? He played Puzzle, so his hand is probably not that great. So I'm gonna get rid of this. And then I will teammates. Yeah, I needed 5 cards and I could search for I had 1 and I could search for 3, so I was missing 1 other. If I had a DCE or a Gardevoir or a Rare Candy or a Choice Band, I could have gotten the whole combo going, but I was always 1 card short. If the energy had survived, then we would have been able to, because that would have made it so that we don't need the Choice Band. Now, what do we expect my opponent to do here? Do we expect him to go after the Ralts, or is he just gonna swing onto the Gardevoir? Yeah, true. If I had Gardevoir, then the Ultra Ball would have been useless, agreed. Okay, so what is the deal here? Wow, guys, almost 100 of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I only need to 2-hit KO this Lycanroc. The question is, do I hold the energy? Okay, if Azor comes up to attack afterwards, I'll keep the energy in case I want a Ultra Ball. In case Ultra Balls for something, for another Ralts or for a Kirlia. Okay, so there's a Muck. That means no Lele for my opponent as well. And there's a Colress for 6. That means no Lele, no Propagation, no Shaman. So I think I would have held on to the Muck if I were my opponent. No Sudowoodo either, so that's fine. Yeah, 101 viewers. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I feel like I should definitely coordinate with Azul, because I noticed that a lot of you guys watch Azul, a lot of you guys watch me. But then if we're both streaming, then the viewership gets cut in half for both of us. Okay, yeah. If he retreats and attacks with Zoroark, then maybe that should have been the reason why I should have just used Secret Spring onto my Gardevoir. So now I need 5 total energy. So now I need DC and Choice Band. So yeah, I definitely should have attached. Definitely should have attached energy to my Gardevoir. Ooh, and I'm top deck the Gallade, which I'm gonna have to discard. And it's not the end of the world, but I'm just gonna assume I'm going to 2-hit KO this as well, or do I try to go for the 1-hit KO? I'll try. It would be really good if I get the 1-hit KO. And I have teammates in my discard pile, so every versus Seeker becomes really, really good. Ooh, and I got it. Awesome. I actually got the knockout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's a knockout. We can't Lele for a supporter, but we do have Colress. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. He has 2 DCs left. If he uses up the GX attack to knock out my Gardy, that's fine. So yeah, things are looking not great. Not great, but okay. Yep, and there's a dangerous Rogue GX, so I don't mind that too much. Especially because we have the KO on the Lycanroc with Tapu Lele, so we can protect our Ralts, we can take our time and evolve into Kirlia. And we can Colress as well. So this is looking okay-ish. Let's Colress for 6. This is a knockout, 80 plus 120, and there we go. We could have Rare Candy into Gardevoir. I went for the safer route. So how useful is the Choice Band? How useful is the Choice Band? Yeah, Octillery is prized. Octillery is prized, and if I hadn't attached the energy, I would have actually missed a knockout. So is the N relevant here? I really want to set up another Ralts. So goodbye Choice Band and goodbye Guzma. That way, if the Kirlia goes down, I still have access into Rare Candy Gardevoir. Now I'm gonna draw 2 prizes. I know that Octillery is prized, so I'm gonna get rid of the Guzma. And I'll set up the Ralts. And win no matter what. Do I play with shiny full arts in real life? No, I don't. I actually don't. Well, I have the full art Pokemon, but I don't have the full art supporters and item cards and all that. I don't. I just have the full art Gardevoir and the full art Tapu Lele, thanks to our great sponsor Tabletop Village. Okay, so yeah guys, plugging in the amazing support of Tabletop Village. They're the reason the streams and I get to do everything I do. Sakura Scoop as well, huge thanks to them for all the travel. Huge shout out to the sponsors who believe in the Tablemon, person, project, Pokemon, however you want to call it. Okay, so my opponent uses Mallow. That means we get to keep the Gardy, the Rare Candy, the Ultra Ball. We didn't get Octillery though. If we had gotten Octillery, that would have been amazing. Now, off of a Mallow and 3 cards in hand, there's no way my Lele does not survive here. So, and yeah, my account is a demo account indeed. My account is a demo account. Oh my gosh, he has the exact knockout? Are you serious? He had the perfect knockout. What? Wow. He had the exact cards. Oh wow. Okay, all we can do is end here. I mean, I could technically top deck. I could top deck versus Seeker, but that was a crazy turn by my opponent. That was an insane turn by my opponent. Okay. So at least we get to... Now there's... How many fairy do we have left? 6. Okay. That was an insane turn by my opponent. Hello, the Higgs Boson. Thanks so much for being here. If I top deck DC, how do I win with that? I had to discard Gallade earlier on, so that would not have given me a win. We had to. Gallade is already discarded. Okay, so we end here. And my opponent down to 1. Ooh, we get a DCE and a Lele, but now we are stuck here. I didn't get rid of it, I had to. Yeah, otherwise we would have gone. We would have. No, I needed the DC as well. I didn't have DCE. Oh gosh. Yeah, win-win no matter what. That's exactly how it goes. I got this account because I do marketing technically for Pokemon, and they don't pay me, obviously. So the demo account is a way of saying, of supporting what I do, and I keep supporting them by doing the videos. So it works out. And hello GD, thank you so much for being here. And Dominism, do you think 2 Gallade would be good with all the Zoro running around? Yeah, 2 Gallade could be a good idea. And Javoxa, yeah, today is English. And yeah, Malo for Lycanroc knockout on the Remoraid for the win for my opponent. So perfect cards. Oh, he even got double versus Seeker off of the trade. Okay, so double puzzle, same thing. It was pretty close. It was pretty close. It felt like we were under control for a lot of the game, but then no Octillery meant we didn't have a response to this last Zoroark, and the fact that we had to discard the Gallade also really hurt us. So there we go. There we go. 1 loss for Gardy. It was looking too strong, I guess. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're live here with me on Twitch, do not go anywhere. I will be right back with the next deck, which will be Guzma BUS, which I know a lot of you are interested in seeing. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and I will see you on the next Road to TCG Worlds 2018. If you're live, don't go anywhere.